Welcome to the Morale Booster Network, a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. I remain your host, Dr. John Ugulu. I am an author, speaker, and strategist. I always say experience is the best teacher. You can stream or download this podcast from YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Podcast, Player FM, and Pandora. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, Morale Boosters. Welcome to the Morale Booster Podcast. I am Dr. John Ugulu, your host, and today we're thrilled to welcome our special guest, Eric Stopper. If this is your first time listening to the Morale Booster Podcast, you are very welcome. Please like, comment, and share the broadcast because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear the message that we will be sharing today. Let's embark on this inspiring journey together. And I like to always remind our listeners that every day above ground is indeed a blessed day. And here's the reason why. Because so many people went to bed last night having plans for today. But unfortunately, some couldn't see daylight. Yes, but you can hear me speak right now. Why do you think that's possible? It's because you are blessed with the gift of life. So if you are genuinely happy to be alive this moment, yes, you who's listening to us, if you are genuinely happy to be alive this moment, I want you to place your hand on your chest and say, I am blessed. Yes, because you are blessed. So thank you so much for joining us. And we're live with Eric Stopper. Eric is a dynamic entrepreneur and podcast host with a passion for helping businesses thrive. Eric has extensive experience in e-commerce and digital marketing. He also hosts the Pulse Ox podcast, where he interviews industry leaders and share insights on business growth and personal development. In fact, he even told me that every 501c3 has some benefits that they typically get from Google Ads. So if you are a 501c3 owner, Eric is a strong plug for you to discuss your digital marketing needs. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, please join me as I welcome to the show, Eric Stopper. Eric, thank you so much for joining me on the Morale Booster podcast.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to be here. Thanks for the intro.
Great. You're welcome. So you made mention about the Google Ads. I know there's so many 501c3 owners who are listening to us right now. Could you please share with us what those Google Ads are up to for 501c3 organizations?
Yeah, so I own a 501c3 myself, and I just became aware of it searching on Google, and there's a free grant that they give you for boosting your donations. And so the most popular thing is if you have like a bunch of articles that are, that are popular that people are searching for and finding and allowing you to garner a bunch of donations. So like each podcast episode could be its own landing page, and you can run ads to the podcast landing page. And it takes like 5 minutes to sign up for it. If you just search for Google advertising grant for 501c3, you can find it and apply in like 5 minutes. And you'll need a website, and you'll need a business email, and it's just free money up to $10,000 a month that you can use for Google Ads. And Bing also has one, and I believe Meta has one as well.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. You know, they say information is power. And we need to also make sure we convert that information, because information by itself does not lead to transformation. But what leads to transformation is conversion. Now we know this information. Are we going to convert it? The answer is up to you who's listening to us. So thank you so much for sharing that, Eric. So you have built a successful career in e-commerce and digital marketing. So can you share a time when you faced a major setback in your journey, and how adopting a growth mindset helped you overcome it?
Yeah, I appreciate this question a lot. So it happened recently. One of the companies that I was working with that was generating quite a bit of income and doing very well. We worked with a another company, like a partner fulfillment manager company, and after 6 7 months of working with them, it started getting kind of weird, and so we cut them off and started working with our own internal operations. And then one day, everybody in the company got a letter from the Federal Trade Commission saying that the company was going to get shut down because they were, we got basically wrapped up in this company's scheme. So this distributor that we were working with was a scammer. And so in the course of 5 days, all of the accounts got their passwords changed by a judicial order. All the assets got frozen in the business, and the Federal Trade Commission took control of the company and kicked us all out. And so this was this was actually in October that it happened. And the first thing that I did was, we had a bunch of clients that I had to have constant conversations with them, just trying to explain what was going on. I had no idea what was happening. And so I was trying to, like keep everybody calm. And when it became clear that no, like this is going down, right? The ship has a hole blasted in the side of it by this government agency. Um, my first response was to wait and to listen and to really not do anything. And historically, I've been very reactive in my career, very emotional. And this was really one of the first times that I was able to just sit and not panic. And because of that, all of my other business, I focused my attention on other things. Like growth mindset is great, but I think even more important than that is your ability to focus your energy on the things that are actually going to get you towards your goals. So those, if you have goals, right, those are the things that are going to get you to grow. And your mindset towards those goals is what is ultimately going to, you set your mind on the thing that you want. And so waiting, listening, watching, learning, asking too. Oh God, like I reached out to so many people in my network and everybody delivered, man. That was the coolest thing is I have this great network and I never, I rarely ask people for things. And this time around, it was like, okay, no, like I got favors to call in. I need to know what you would do if you were me in this situation, man. And there wasn't a single person that wasn't up to the task. I'm so impressed by everybody. It was a chorus of angels opening up the heavens to help me out. And so, yeah, we were able to get through that. And the company's completely shut down. It's gone forever. And focus my attention on my other businesses, and we're crushing it right now. Everything is good. The podcast is exploding. I have an agency that does automation AI, and that one's exploding. A great product. And then I own a GLP-1 peptide company, like a clinic, and we sell like tirzepatide and semaglutide, and we kept hitting home runs because we were focused on it and we weren't emotionally, reactive to the whole thing.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. You mentioned so many strategies, and I picked a few out of them. You said you talked about being still in times of challenges, and when in times of challenges we must learn not to be reactive, must learn to be still, so we can understand exactly, because every challenge comes with its own opportunities and lessons. So being still is a major strategy. And you also talked about, based on what you shared, being solutions driven is more important rather than focusing on what has happened, what has gone wrong. figuring out solutions on how to get to the next level. I agree, that resonates with me. And you also had a powerful network, a great network that worked with you. That all, you said they all delivered. So network determines how we would be able to overcome challenges in business. So we must, at all times, based on what has happened to you and from other people I've interviewed and myself, having the right network is key. So thank you so much for sharing all that. So I've got another question for you. So as an entrepreneur and a podcast host, you are constantly learning from industry leaders. So how do you ensure that you're continuously developing both personally and professionally?
You know, I am a I'm as neurotic as they come, right? I mentioned before, very emotional. And so over the years, I've had to find those things that make me calm and can bring me back to my baseline. And so one of the things that helps is doing jujitsu. Just like at the end of a long day going and just getting the crap whooped out of me. My wife does it with me, right? So it's the best couples therapy that you could ever dream of. And she's a monster. She gets me all the time. But I'm an avid reader, and I have been on a personal development kick over the years. And like every single person that I bring on the podcast, I think that they have a book that they've written. And so I read all their books. Currently going through Success Principles by Jack Canfield. And one of the things, because of my neuroses, right? Like I read it over and over and over and over. Like it's not just one time through and done. Like I get the audiobook, I set it on 2x speed, and I'll just every day I'm walking and I'm listening and I'm trying to apply it. Um, Next is I've been journaling pretty much every day since the time I was 8 years old. And so I've developed a variety of strategies to help me write down my feelings, write down, what I'm grateful for, and write down the emotions that I'm feeling in response to the constantly shifting things that are all around me. And so those are some of the major ones. I meditate regularly. Um, I typically do like transcendental chakra meditation, and that helps in tremendous ways, both personally and professionally. And I think the secret recently that has really chilled me out is I discovered Ram Dass. Are you familiar with Ram Dass, Richard Alpert? So he was the guy in the 60s and 70s that was a Harvard professor who was giving his students LSD and experimenting with psychedelics. And so he went to India after he got fired from Harvard for being a scoundrel. And he became Baba Ram Dass. He became the spiritual leader. And he has this Ram Dass lo-fi beats YouTube video that his foundation has put together that just has him streaming his talks 24/7. So anytime that I need to unwind and not take myself so seriously, I go and I listen to Ram Dass lo-fi beats. and it works like a charm every time.
Oh, okay, that's great. Those are great. That's why we bring people like you on board on this platform, so that you can share your experience and help others grow personally and professionally. So you talked about reading books. Uh, in recent times, it has become challenging for a lot of people to read books because they are now so occupied with so many things, so many other things. And a wise person once said, the secret to life, the secret to everything is in a book, but you just need to find the right book to read. So thank you for encouraging that, for sharing that you read books and you journal a lot. Yes, Emily Dickinson said the brain is wider than the sky,
Hmm.
because the brain processes millions of information within a minute or within a second. Studies have shown that. So which means we cannot always rely on our brain to assimilate, to remember everything. So journaling is a great tool for personal development as well. So thank you. And you talked about meditation and jujitsu. So your wife practices jujitsu with you? Are you there?
It froze for a second, but I'm back.
Oh, okay, okay, it's all right. So your wife goes to the jiu-jitsu with you for practice.
Yeah, yeah, she's my main training partner, and
Oh, wow.
honestly, if I can make one recommendation to people who do jujitsu, it's to train with women.
Wow.
Because I'm a big guy,
Mhm.
but the bigness doesn't serve me. I can't
Oh.
muscle. It's like fighting 3 raccoons at the same time.
Wow, wow, wow. That's great to know. Thank you so much. So that's a great advice for everyone out there. He just made a suggestion. If you are into jiu-jitsu, you should try to go with your wife, your girlfriend. He says it's a great strategy as well. All right, thank you for sharing that. So let me ask you another question. Now, the landscape of e-commerce and digital marketing is always evolving. So how do you approach change and uncertainty in these fast-paced industries? And what advice do you have for others who may feel overwhelmed by constant transformation?
Yeah, this I had some time to think about this question before the show, and it's in terms of digital marketing, I don't think that anybody has any idea what the world is going to look like in 30 days, right? We're at the precipice of this recursive knowledge acceleration where AI is evolving so quickly that every day, like literally, I had 2 conversations yesterday. One was with he's like a cold calling expert, and he said that the bottom fell out of this entire industry. Like every company completely froze their human cold calling element, and it's like a hiring freeze. There's just nothing. And then I talked to a buddy who's an animator, and the same thing. It's just the industry has disappeared overnight. And so I think that in the on the digital marketing side, it's leaning into AI, of course, learning the tools and committing to learning the tools and picking an application that you can learn that will translate over to being able to provide value. And so if you have a hard skill like search engine optimization or even mechanical engineering, everybody needs to go out and get experience using AI related to that hard skill, because companies aren't hiring writers anymore. They're hiring people who can prompt the AI to write 100 articles at the same time. And so on that side, yeah, lean into AI. On the e-commerce side, you know, it's thankfully people always need things, and everybody quits at like the 10-mile mark, but you really don't start making money until you've hit the 1,000-mile mark. So you've got to be a couple products in. I've failed 4 businesses, 4 product companies in e-commerce. And these are all companies that I sourced the product and built the product from scratch, shipped it over here, listed it, sold it, and they all were shut down for completely different reasons. One of them, I'm pretty sure my company went out of business during COVID. The the manufacturer that had my injection mold just disappeared. Can't find them. So all of a sudden, my business is gone unless I want to spend another $27,000 on an injection mold. And so for e-commerce, it's like it's iteration. It's continuing to find new and dedicating yourself to the process of learning consumer products. And I think that could probably apply to most businesses, is just committing to it, finding something that you love and sticking with it for years, right? Look at it in the long game, and you're not going to be so overwhelmed.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. And now that the world is gravitating towards AI, in fact, everything right now is, AI has completely taken over. I like the advice that you provided for everybody to step up, take a course on AI related to what you do. So if you want to stay relevant, if you want to stay employed, if you want to be able to provide value, I'm talking to those who are listening to us right now. He just made a suggestion. You have to be up to date with AI because AI does almost everything right now. So go and learn it if you want to stay employed, if you want to be a person of value. Don't think you're not smart enough to learn. There are different levels. Is that correct? There are different levels. You can start from where you can start from. It does not have to be, everything at the same time. Is
Yes, you
that
start
correct,
within
Eric?
what you're doing, pod AI for podcasting, learn it. AI for sales, to learn it, apply it. Be that person on your team that pushes it forward rather than being replaced by it.
Exactly. So thank you so much for sharing that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still listening to us, please remember to like, leave a comment, and share this broadcast because you might just be saving the life of that one person, that one business owner who has been waiting for a lifetime to just hear this message. This could be a great reminder for somebody. There's nothing new under the earth, but a great reminder can make a difference in somebody's life. So please like and share it. Thank you so much. We're still live with Eric. So, Eric, in your experience, like for entrepreneurs looking to scale their businesses, what mindset shift or strategies would you say are crucial for long-term success?
I would say stoicism with beginning and end of list. Adopt stoicism into your life. And John, I have a hard cutoff right now. Um, I'm at my 30-minute mark for our scheduled show. Is that all right if we're able to wrap up?
Yes, not a problem at all. Yeah, this is the last question for today. Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the last question for the day.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So for like I said, for entrepreneurs looking to scale their business, what mindset shifts or strategies would you say are crucial for long-term success?
So this year, the one major change that I made in my business is process documentation, and I did it inside of Coda. And so, if you're not familiar with Coda, I would go learn it. Coda and Notion. It's a database style storage system, and it's perfect for organizing your team and keeping everybody headed in the same direction. And I couldn't recommend it more. And it's changed the way that I run my business.
Oh, okay. Okay, Coda. All right. You all heard that, Coda. So look into that. Thank you so much for sharing. It's been a pleasure having you on this program. I hope when next I invite you, you will be willing to come over to share some words of encouragement and wisdom with our community.
Yeah, John, let's sync up soon, man. Glad to be on the show. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time to bring this program to a close. We're excited to share some amazing ways for you to stay connected with our mission and continue to grow together. Your support and engagement means the world to us. If you want to stay involved or connected with what we do, please feel free to support with a donation. If you want to make a donation, visit www.johnugulu.com, www.johnughulu.com. You can also purchase inspirational books from our website, johnughulu.com. Or if you want to listen to our latest podcast episodes, visit the same website. And also, it is possible for you to become a part of our growing community where we uplift and inspire one another every day. You can subscribe today and receive exclusive content. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Together, we can continue to make a lasting impact and spread positivity in all we do. Remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Stay blessed, everybody. Bye for now. Thank you, Eric.
Thanks, John.